Hey, Thomas Barkley here with Trackify. Okay, this is a strange video because I'm making this video to show you how to fix things that look like Trackify isn't working, or Trackify is kind of giving you error messages from Facebook, so it looks like Trackify isn't working right. But really, it's just reflecting false, wrong, bad configurations between your Facebook pixel, your Facebook ad account, your Facebook business manager in Facebook that just don't work to do the things that you want to try and do. And when you try to do this through Trackify, it reveals that because the settings and the configurations and the permissions that you have for these three different components have to be all aligned and proper in order to work right. So we have videos and we have installation instructions for this that already shows how you set up everything right from A to Z. The problem is that doesn't seem to help enough. So a lot of times people seem to come into Trackify with just having done things wrong because they didn't have our videos to follow. And then they get frustrated because the videos show it from A to Z, but they're already at C, but they think they're already at X. And so somehow they can't figure it out. So instead of going with the A to Z stuff, this video is going at it with everything kind of being wrong, but typically wrong. So this is one of the ways that things are typically wrong. And I'm going to show you how to look at it, where to look, and how to fix it, and how to set it right. Okay? So I'm in here. I'm in my wife's Facebook profile. So if you see her name, don't friend her, don't do anything. She's like really not on Facebook. She's not an online person. So this is just, I'm completely just abusing this account for test and experimental purposes. All right. So this here is a business manager. It says my business manager. I've created this business manager from within my wife's account, from within this personal Facebook profile. We also have a personal ad account here that comes with Facebook. Here, let's just go into that real quick. We have a personal ad account. The personal ad account has not been claimed into the business manager. That is something that Facebook recommends and we recommend, but this has not been done. And this is a typical thing that people haven't done yet, or haven't done yet. And let's see here. We have created a pixel in this personal ad account, and it looks like it hasn't been set up yet. It hasn't been entered into any website yet, so it hasn't received any data yet, and because of that, it shows all these kinds of instructions here as that lead to how to set this up. So now, if you have this kind of situation, so you have a business manager and you have a personal ad account that has not been claimed into the business manager, then this is kind of what you're looking at, and this is what it looks like from here. Now let's take a look at inside Trackify and see what it looks like from within here. So I'm just going to go ahead and reauthorize this here as my wife's account. So we make sure that it's logged in to Trackify through my wife's account. Now this here is all in there from what it was before. Let me just resave this here. Oh, okay, so it doesn't allow me to save it now because okay, these settings were there from before, from when I was logged in as myself. Okay, so disregard that. So this is the typical situation. You come in here and you have everything empty, and you come into this page, and now you're asked to enter to open this drop-down menu and select your pixel. Now your pixel is here. This personal ad accounts pixel is here, so this is good. You can select that. Okay, it's possible to select the personal ad account even though it's outside of Facebook. Now let's do one step back. If this pixel had not been created yet inside the personal ad account, then not even the personal ad account would show up here. Then this field would be blank. There would nothing dropping down here, because this drop-down menu only shows ad accounts that have at least one Facebook pixel available within that ad account so that they can access it, right? So it shows here the name of the ad account and the number of the pixel ID. So if you have an ad account and it doesn't have a pixel, the account Facebook pixel created inside the account yet, and it doesn't have any access to any other pixel, then that account wouldn't show up in here at all. So in the first place, you have to have an ad account and you have to have a pixel created in that ad account for that account to show up in here at all. Now, this is pretty good, but that's not all that you need. So you can save this here and it'll save it. It'll be fine with that. Saving the ad account, saving the pixels will work. But now when you get to the second step, where you drop down here and you select the business manager, that works too. If you hit save here, that works too. Fine, no problem. Now here's where we run into problems. When you have this business manager selected and you try to save and build a catalog, you will get an error here. And the reason for that is that the business manager doesn't know anything about your ad account or about your Facebook pixel. So that's what this error message is here. It says, you do not have permission to assign the selected pixel to a Facebook catalog. Please select a pixel that you own or that has been assigned to your business manager account as a partner. So that's a pretty good error message. It doesn't like cover all the different possible scenarios that might be the case for what all could be wrong. But the point here is, what you see is we have a business manager. Trackify is trying to create a Facebook catalog inside that business manager, but the business manager has no access to the ad account or to the pixel that is here in that ad account. Okay, so that's the problem. Now, there's one kind of strange way that you can fix this. Let me show you how to, this is one way to fix it. So number one, you go here to your settings for your business manager. And so here you add accounts. So let's say, let's do it first, let's do it the other way around. So one of the ways that are really pretty easy to fix, so you're not in the business manager here, you're actually just in your personal ad account manager. So now here we are in the business manager. Now we get to the settings for the business manager, and you can see here that there are no ad accounts in here. So the normal, very simple, straightforward thing that you could do and you should do is you click add an ad account in here. You see I'm in ad accounts and I click on add, and now I'm just going to say add an ad account. Your business will control campaigns and billing for this ad account. Claiming an ad account moves it into business managers. This is the normal thing to do. That's what Facebook recommends. If you do this, if you now assign the ad account ID that comes from your business, from your personal ad account, you can then, let me get back to this here in a separate tab. So here's your ad account ID right here. That's your ad account ID. If you go in here and you claim your ad account, you put your ad account ID in here, you add your ad account, then this personal ad account will be moved into the business and everything will work just fine. So once you do that, you refresh Trackify, you do the thing where you save and build catalog, everything will be fine, everything will work. So that's one simple solution to do it. Now, I didn't want to do this here for several different reasons, but I'm going to show you another typical scenario that also does not work. So check it out. Here we are in ad account. So instead of claiming your personal ad account in here, I'm going to create a brand new ad account inside this business manager. And so I'm going to make this right here so that I can actually use that later. And I'm going to call this here account 007. Let's just call it that, okay? So it's I'm going to make sure these settings are all right here. I always prefer Pacific time for ad accounts that are targeting US, and this is advertising on behalf of my business manager, so it's inside this business manager. And this is now an ad account that is going to be created inside this business manager, and the business manager is going to be the owner of that ad account, okay? So I'm going to create that ad account. Now, this ad account is now here. It's inside this business manager. I'm going to skip this for a moment because you see I'm in this business manager kind of as a guest, right? So this is a business manager that is owned by this other personal profile, my wife's personal profile, right? So I'm a guest. I'm a person in here. So I'm not going to assign myself to this ad account. That's for purposes I'm going to show you later. So here's your ad account that we've just created. The owner of the business manager is automatically an admin on this ad account. And so this is what it is. Now, remember, we have not created a pixel in this ad account, okay? That's important to remember. Now, Let's come back here to Trackify and let's refresh this. And let's see what now shows up here. And see what happens here. So you see this new ad account, that we just created within that business manager does not show up in this drop-down menu. And the reason for that is that it doesn't have a pixel assigned to it yet, or it doesn't have a pixel created, right? Okay, so I told you how that would happen, right? So in both of these drop-down boxes, we still only see the one ad account that is the personal ad account. So the business ad account that we just created does not show up here because that account doesn't have access to a pixel yet. So let's fix that. There are two ways to fix it. One way is to come over here to the pixels, select the pixel. Whoa, why is this called My Pixel? That is very interesting. So this is actually, this looks like this is my wife's pixel. That is the pixel that belongs to that other ad account, but that personal ad account isn't in here because we didn't claim it into this, right? So you could come in here, this would be one way to fix this, select this pixel and go to assign ad accounts and then assign that, select this account 007 that we just created inside the business manager, and that would now assign this pixel to that ad account, and that would also make this ad account show up there. So let's actually just do that real quick. Let's do that right here, and let's do that. And let's reload that again. Don't worry about this, this message here right now. So now we're predicting that the second ad account is showing up, and yes, there it is. So this is now showing up as My Pixel, and that would be the way to select this pixel right here. So if we save this here now as this pixel, now this pixel is inside this business manager, right? That means that I can now create a catalog. The catalog that is being put into this business manager can now be assigned, that pixel here that we selected here can now be assigned to that catalog when we put it into this business manager, and it will work. This error message will not show up again. Fingers crossed. All right, here we go. Shazam. Okay, awesome. The settings were saved and the new catalog was built successfully. There you go. That's what we wanted. That's what we wanted to show. Okay, so you got what happened here, right? You have your pixel shows up here. Your pixel was not assigned to any ad account. We assigned it to the ad account that we just created inside the business manager, and there you go. So if you claim your personal account into the business manager, then that pixel gets associated with that. It's already associated, right? Because the personal ad account is the account that owns that pixel. So you don't have to actually assign the pixel within the business manager to the personal ad account when you claim that into the business manager. That part is taken care of by itself. So now let's do a different thing. Let's actually let's just let's see. This is pretty interesting. There you go. So here's the ad account that is assigned to this pixel as a guest. Now we're just going to take this out of here, remove this ad account. So now this ad account again has no pixel. If I would go back to Trackify and reload that, it would again not show this ad account or not show this pixel. All right. So now let's do it the other way around. Now let's go to the ad account and create a new pixel inside this ad account. So you click on the ad account here, that takes you over to the ads manager of this account. Then you can go to pixels using the mega menu. This now opens up the pixel, create a pixel dialog in this ad account. You see the ad account is now up here. Now I can create a pixel here. I can name this is automatically named whatever the account's name is, so account 007's pixel, and I'm just going to create this, and there you go. Now it's going to give me all kinds of complicated instructions with regards to actually placing this pixel on my website, on Shopify, wherever. You can ignore all this. This is all just complicated. So you just cancel out of this, because now when you go back to Trackify and reload this, you will see that now this ad account shows up in the drop-down menus here as account 007's pixel, right? You see the difference, right? Before that, it was showing up as my pixel, which was, you know, the pixel that originally belonged to this account, but it was assigned to the 007 account inside the Business Manager. Now the 007 account shows up in here because it now has its own pixel. Okay, so there you go. That's all good. Now let's see how else we can break this. So now we can just go back here and create, save and build catalog again. This will now build a new catalog in Facebook in that Business Manager again, but this time it will assign the other pixel, the pixel that we just created, as an event source as it creates that catalog. Okay, so these are the basic ways that you can solve it. Let me show you one other way, just as a brief extension of this video. One other way of a typical situation where it can go wrong. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to assign myself as an advertiser to this ad account. Okay, I'm going to assign myself as an advertiser to this ad account that lives in this Business Manager, but I have not assigned myself as a pixel master for that pixel here. Okay, so this is also one way that things can go wrong. And you know, I'm not making these rules. These are rules inside of Facebook, right? So now what I want to do is I want to reauthorize that and sign into Facebook here as myself. So let's see. All right, here we go. So I'm going to sign into Trackify as myself. Okay, so now I got out of the Trackify dialog. So let's come back in here from the Shopify apps page and I log into here as myself now. Now I'm authorizing myself to work in through Trackify. Now I'm going to have access to all of my my assets in Facebook, which means I will have access to this particular pixel. Sorry, this is a Business Manager. I will have access to this Business Manager because I'm, as a person in this Business Manager. I also have access to the ad account well, I have access to the ad account that owns this pixel, but I don't have explicitly access to the pixel that owns to the pixel that ad account owns. Okay, so now let's see what happens if I try to build a catalog here through Trackify. So now remember, I'm part of the Business Manager. I'm authorized for the account, but I'm not authorized for the pixel, and therefore I cannot build a catalog with the authorizations that I have. It's insufficient. Okay, so in order to have sufficient authority here, I have to come back in here, and now this is all going to fall apart because since I've been here, I signed in as someone else, so now everything is messed up. I have to switch that back over, and whoops, here we go. And come back into my wife's account. And come back into the Business Manager and come back into the settings and go to the pixels and select this pixel here. This is the pixel we're dealing with right now. And I'm going to have to assign add people to this. Oh, this is interesting. I'm not even showing up on here. That is disturbing. Well, this is funny. This is set as pending here. Okay, so you get my point, right? So I got the error message here in Trackify because I was not specifically assigned as a person to that pixel. So what has to be done here to fix that is that I have to accept this invite, and then I have to be able to. This is strange. Yeah, it's pending. So there you go. I'm not sure why I'm in here. So sometimes things are strange in here. But the point is, once I accept this invite here, then the business owner can go in here and assign me as a person add people here, add people. I will show up here once I accept the invite. Then I can be assigned as a pixel editor to this pixel. And that is the last necessary authorization credential that is needed to be able to do this step here, where it really, the point is to assign the catalog, the pixel to the catalog as an event source. A similar error message or a similar strange behavior will also happen if I don't have access to that pixel when I go into the audience manager section inside Trackify, because now Trackify also requires the authorization for me as being the user that's logged into Trackify for the pixel that is selected here to create audiences for that pixel. But since I don't have that authority, it is possibly going to kick me back out and just bounce me back to the settings page. All right. Okay, so I hope that gives you a little bit of an insight. This is, unfortunately, like I said, this is a little bit of a complicated topic because there are multiple layers of authorizations and credentials involved that all happen inside of Facebook, and they have to be set just right inside of Facebook so that you can manage everything from within Trackify. It's also the same if you would manage it from within Facebook. You would run into the same issues, right? So you have to set this up right, and I hope that this video helps you with that and allows you to do this all properly. Okay. If you have any questions at all about this, just contact us through the in-app chat, and we'll help you out. We'll do screen sharing sessions with you, whatever. But I hope that actually this video, which actually it shows the problems and what can happen and how to fix them, and I hope that you'll be able to pick out your situation from what I just walked you through. Thanks a lot, and I'll talk to you later.